Hello. Today I wanted to talk about Kenshi, a free-roaming, squad-based RPG focusing on open-ended sandbox gameplay features rather than a linear story. Kenshi can be a hilarious and brutal game, and it is this reason why it is so close to my heart. Today I wanted to make a video that lists my personal favorite mods I use in Kenshi and give each a brief overview. While some might feel different about what mods are great, these are my personal picks. They are by no means the best mods out there. If you want to see them in use, feel free to check out the series I'm currently playing and posting, which will be linked down below. We will start with Dark UI. Dark UI is a personal preference and it is easier on the eyes, and to me looks aesthetically nicer. Just look at it. It's nice. Let's Talk. Let's Talk is basically a quality of life mod, and it makes sure there is always some kind of dialogue and is always able to be spoken. By default, dialogues are only spoken once, and we don't always seem to catch them. I am always fast-forwarding when it happens. Here's a few more examples of Let's Talk. Lights for dark nights and darker nights. Lights for dark nights and darker nights just work hand in hand. I always felt like I could see too much at night and prepare when something was headed my way. These mods just make it brutal, as you won't know something is there until it's pretty much on top of you. As for the lights, I felt that most of them were too dim at night. The brighter lights really help with the mood and the setting. Firefly, and flies are muted. I found this one interesting in general, and it makes all those annoying flies visible at night. This mod is further enhanced with the use of the flies are muted mod. Not much more to be said with these two. Breadnought's Facepaints. Breadnought's Facepaints is another quality of life mod. Sometimes maybe I want to RP a crazy character and add facepaint to them. It's nice that it adds more diversity to the faces. Hippity, hoppity, you are now my property. And Dialogue Expansion Project. This mod started as a joke. It eventually led to the creation of what is now known as the Dialogue Expansion Project. These mods add several thousand lines of dialogue throughout the world of Kenshi. These mods speak for themselves, literally. Minor mesh fixes. While many people might not care or even notice, several models in the game have clipping issues with armor or outfits. This mod aims to correct those mistakes and make them more appealing to people like me who are OCD about these things. Native Stylise. This mod really adds a fresh look to the game. A key component of this adds a Borderlands-like vibe with outlines on everything. There is a number of effects you can toggle on and off from the options menu with this mod. Slopeless. This mod has been around for a while and is great for what it does. I used to hate not being able to put my buildings where I wanted them, on top of not being level. This mod lets you work around that. It lets you not only place buildings where you want them, but you can also level them as well. You can even place them inside mountainsides to give them a different kind of vibe too. Surgical limb removal. For anyone who is familiar with Kenshi, we all know that standing in acid to burn your limbs off can be a bit tedious, especially when you got an army you need to outfit with mechanical limbs. This mod adds a bed that simply adds the functionality to remove those limbs at your base. It's great. Trade routes intensified. Some of us like the ability to trade and make a profit as a trader, but what's the point if there's no incentive in doing so? This mod adds a supply and demand functionality to the game. These are some items that are lucrative to trade. It just seems fun to have a mod that expands on the trading side of the game. Sparring Mats. This is another one of those mods that makes sense once you've played the game for a bit. Melee defense and martial arts are a pain to train up early on. This gives you some nice mats to place inside your buildings. With these, you can make yourself your own dojo for training. Strength training is another thing that is a pain. but that mod is included with the Genesis pack, which I will get to shortly. Skeleton armor slots unlocked. This mod just makes sense to me. Why have a robotic body modeled after a human and not be able to wear human armor? Short wall ramps. I can't be the only one who has had issues with ramp placements in vanilla. It can be tedious and a pain sometimes. These are a very nice addition in giving you options on your wall design. Water optimizer. While I have a beast of a PC, I still care about optimizations where I can get them. This helps with performance increases in areas like the swamp. Project Genesis. Kenshi Genesis has been an ongoing project since the mid-2019s. Genesis is a total overhaul mod that does not stray too far from the original vision of Kenshi. There is, as of this recording, 314 mods included within their mod pack. While there are way too many for me to cover today, I had a small handful of honorable mentions that I found to be great personally. 256 recruitment limit. While being able to recruit 30 characters is fine in vanilla Kenshi, some find it that it's not enough. This mod was added back in 2016 and has remained one of the most used mods out there. The Adventurers Guild. Some have found that it can be tough to recruit a ton of people. The Adventurers Guild mod is a great addition to the collection. It's nice to walk into a bar and request recruits of a certain race. By paying a headhunting fee and telling them the location of your home, they will show up to your doorstep for your inspection. You still need to pay to hire each of them, but getting a sizable handful at your front door is a welcome sight indeed. Having the camera snap to their location and getting the door knocker dialogue really improves the experience. Loading screens. Community artwork is great, and when used properly can add great atmosphere to the game. The original mod is included in Genesis, but has not been working for some time. There is a fixed version that I will link in the description below. With that, it'll bring back these beautiful works of art. Here are a few more loading screen examples. Simple map markers. Some people don't like the vanilla map icons. This mod simplifies them in some ways and makes them easier to see or decipher at a glance. Vanilla Remastered. Settlements. Have you ever thought the vanilla towns seemed odd or laid out weird? This mod pretty much changes everything. It adds facilities to some cities and changes the general layout to make more sense. I honestly can't play without this mod. It really does add great atmosphere to some of these locations. These next set of mods are the spotlight of this video, the curator of which is none other than Mogwai. Boneyard Wolf Mesh Edit, plus color variation. I personally love this mod. I always seem to not care about the vanilla bone dogs. The Boneyard Wolves gave me the vibes I wanted the bone dogs to originally have. There are also several color variations. I made a mod for my current YouTube playthrough that started me as a torso with the Boneyard Wolf. I was happy to see the model was not changed drastically, because I wanted to make good use of the Armored Direwolf mod and apply it to the wolves. Ultimately, it made Doggo OP. Mogwai Bone Dog Backpacks patch. This modded patch added backpacks that fit both the Bone Dogs and Boneyard Wolves. I thought these were pretty sweet. And there are a few faction variants. Mantises. The Mantis just sits close to my heart. I love the Mantis in real life, so I had to add it to my game. Plus, they are very cute. And of course, the backpacks are the cherry on top for this mod. Having a cool looking harness or bag just has a great roleplay potential. Feline and Rodent player races. Considering there are bugmen and giant crabs, I felt that it would not be too far-fetched if there were cat and rodent folk. These, in my opinion, have been designed pretty well considering the limitations of the game engine. The RP value of being hobbit-sized and wielding katanas is pretty good. Being a game dev in the industry, I can really appreciate the model designs. I wanted to thank Mogwai for creating this awesome set of mods. It's people like you that make this game pretty awesome. And that's my mod list for Kenshi. I encourage anyone who enjoyed this video to stop by my Twitch stream and hang out. I really enjoy talking to my community members, and I always welcome new faces. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe and take care.